The other day they had a march on Washington. It was the 57-year anniversary to the March on Washington, right? It was called Get Your Knee Off Our Necks March, is what they called it, right? So they had Al Sharpton talking, which is a complete fucking clown. They had Al Sharpton talking. They had Martin Luther King's son Jr. talking. Martin Luther King Jr., his son was talking. I think his daughter was talking too, right? I tried to listen to what they were saying. All coon shit. It's all coon. It's all about praying and symbolism, making you feel good. And today, I think this is what I thought. Somebody correct me. I thought marching was to bring attention to something or to an issue that people aren't aware that it's an issue. People aren't aware that that's actually happening. You feel me? Or just something that people need to be aware of, right? Because maybe they haven't been thinking about it that way. For instance, I marched maybe 2 months ago. My brother Barry Axius, my brother Kevin McLean had a Put Down Your Guns march. Well, in my city in Sacramento, there was a rash maybe of like 2 months, 3 months maybe, of 3, 4, 5, 6 murders, I think. Could be more, could be less, I'm not sure. So what they were saying was, hey, we be out here marching against police brutality, but we want to show the community that we will stand up for the community too and say, hey, brothers in the community, we need to stop. We need to find a different way to address each other. That makes sense. That's something, in my opinion, maybe members of the community haven't looked at it that way before. Maybe some of the guys involved haven't looked at it that way before. So the news was out there. It was made public, so the public can kind of see what we were doing. That made sense to me. In 2020, excuse me, marching for or against police brutality needs to stop altogether. Somebody gets killed, what the fuck are we marching for? Somebody tell me. In my city, when Stephon Clark got killed, and again, people who are out there marching, spending your time out there, you could be doing something else. So I'm not gonna shit on you for spending your time out there. But at this point, we need to find different ways to get the resolve that we want. Because we marched for Stephon Clark. Those cops are still cops. So to me, and this is my opinion, if the cops don't go to jail, what the fuck are we marching for? If we don't get results, then what are we, just posturing? What is it, something to do? So at this point, family, March on Washington, my ass. It should be a fucking military march on Washington. The fuck are we still marching, asking for? Marching is asking, family. I don't care what you say. You can act like you out there demanding. You ain't demanding shit because the cops is monitoring everything. They knew what time you were gonna be out here. They waiting for your black ass to get done so they can go eat, so they can go get some goddamn donuts. Okay? It's a whole big structure setup. Fuck we talking about? This ain't no revolutionary shit no more. The cops are involved. It's not revolutionary. You got the cops there. If they help set the shit up, then what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck? March on Washington 57 years later? Why? 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 Have a military march on Washington that's not on TV. Do some untelevised shit where you go and y'all got fucking Al Sharpton talking. But nobody respect no fucking Al Sharpton. Who the fuck is Al? Pimp Al? Hustling ass Al? What the fuck are we doing? He up there telling me you better go to the ballots. Who gonna stop this shit? Who to vote? Tell me his name. Tell me his or her name. That's gonna put cops in jail when they get elected. Who's that? I vote for him. Give me the name. That's who I'm voting for. Is there somebody out there like that? No, there isn't. Stop all the goddamn posturing. Stop all the blaming the Republicans, blaming the Democrats. Racist white motherfuckers got us in this situation. Some of them are Democrats, some of them are Republicans, man. That shit don't matter like that. The fuck are we talking about? fucking march on Washington 57. No, man. The marching should be done. I know it feels good. I know it feels good. You get out there, you yelling at cops, got the whole thing going. It should be done in 2020. We should be doing shit off camera like a lot of people do. I'm not saying it ain't people out here doing good work that's speaking up for us, that's not marching. We need to figure out ways to come together, get our money together so we can elect a particular politician with money from the community, with not just your goddamn vote. Vote don't mean shit. With your money, put our money where our mouth is. If you don't do what we want, we taking this block of money, or these block of people with us. How about we do that first? How about we all come together and start our own political party first? And then we'll say, hey, look, it's 40 million black folks. We'll give you our vote if you do X, Y, Z. How about that? But no, we want to be hella emotional and have long-ass diatribes online about why Kamala Harris black and she ain't black. I don't give a fuck if she black or not. Barack was black, right? Wasn't Barack black, quote unquote, right? Do y'all get it? It's pretty simple. Listen, regardless of your skin color, regardless of what kind of black you are, Caribbean, you Haitian, you come from Hawaii like Barack did, wherever you come from. What the problem is with Kamala, Obama, the problem I have with them, if you don't come from the black experience, then you're not gonna fuck with us like that. If you weren't a part of the black American experience, if you didn't live in this country and deal with black American issues, then you're not going to view us the same way. We need to be honest about that. A lot of people who look like us but come from other places look down on black Americans. A lot of people who look like us don't have the black American experience, so they don't have the empathy for black folks. They don't give a shit, right? But even with that being said, what is she gonna do to stop police violence against us? Biden is a racist white man. So is Donald Trump. So we're fucked. How about we go back to the drawing board and say, look, we're going to put all of our votes together, and whoever is going to do our bidding for us, we'll give them the vote with a whole bunch of money too. See, it seems like black folks just want to feel good. Y'all just want to feel good. You want to go put your vote. You want to act like you're doing something. If you just vote and go back home and go back to work and you don't do shit for your community, you're not raising money in your community, you're not being a mentor in your community, you're not buying food, services, and products from black folks who sell shit in your community, then your vote means shit. I don't want to hear about you voting. Tell me what else you did for us. Tell me what else you did when you wasn't voting. Because that's, especially for a presidential election, that shit don't mean that presidents are selected, not elected, in my opinion. So I'm not finna waste my time watching CNN. Not finna waste my time arguing with you niggas online about why Kamala. That's kind of what they want us to do. That's kind of the point of allowing us to vote. Let us fight at the bottom while they figuring out what the fuck they gonna do up top. Fuck voting. Practice your Second Amendment rights. Support black businesses. Mentor somebody in your neighborhood. Start an organization. Start a business. Support a business. Speak highly of black people. Don't hurt nobody black. Vow not to put your fucking hands on nobody black unless it's life or death. Right? Raise your goddamn kids. If you're black, if you're a father like me, raise your kids. Be in your kids' lives. You got young kids, you got kids that are teenagers, talk to them, figure out a way to get through to them, be the change you want to see in the world, goddammit. Instead of expecting some see, it's the Jesus complex. The Jesus shit is the same thing as the voting shit. It got you looking outside of yourself for answers, and all the answers is right here. You see what I'm saying? So, march on Washington my ass, man. We need to find a different way to seek change, because walking around with your fists up, talking about what somebody done to you, ain't working no more. All right. Got me hot around this motherfucker. All right. Last news story.